In this video I am talking about Tamron 11 to 20mm f2.8 Di III-A RXD lens. This little beauty. If it is your first time here, my name is Pav, and on this channel I talk about all things photography and video, cameras, lenses, reviews, tutorials and more. If this is something that you are interested in, then please consider subscribing. This is a new super wide angle zoom from Tamron for APS-C Sony E-mount cameras. In terms of specs and its focal range, it follows in the footsteps of already available for a while now full frame Tamron 17 to 28mm lens, which what this practically is when used on an APS-C camera, but it is designed for that smaller sensor in mind. Before I go into it, I must say massive thanks to Tamron UK for lending me this lens for this review. However, I was not asked or paid to say anything specific about it, so this is my absolutely honest and unbiased opinion about this lens. Also, as I am a full frame shooter, I need to say massive thanks to UK Digital for lending me this A6600 to test the Tamron lens properly on. Let's talk about the most important thing about any lens, the performance. This is without any doubt a superb lens. Its focal range 11 to 20mm or 16.5 to 30mm in the real world is very practical in pretty much any scenario. In fact, I have taken this lens with me on my vacation holiday break in Devon last week together with my A7 III and bunch of other lenses, and in a week of shooting photos and videos I didn't use anything else but this. I just couldn't put it down. Not only it delivers a great wide angle, obviously, but also it is capable of focusing really close to completely change the character of the lens and the images that it delivers, from being one wide angle trick pony to actually a lens that can be more versatile and more practical when out and about. When it comes to image quality, this lens delivers rock solid, consistent, sharp and beautifully looking images. In my opinion, edge-to-edge sharpness is never that important in real world situations with most of the lenses, unless they are wide angle like this, and this really delivers superb edge-to-edge sharpness at all apertures. F2.8 constant minimum aperture throughout the zoom, the short zoom range, makes it a great low light performer, but also delivers a really nice and smooth bokeh when getting close and personal to your subject. The minimum focusing distance is just 15 centimeters at the wider end and 24 centimeters when fully zoomed in, letting you get more out of it and truly utilize its wide aperture for that nice shallow depth of field. Really nice and punchy colors and contrast, almost zero chromatic aberration, very hard to see it anyway, and very little flaring. Way above average and on par with a lot of premium and more expensive lenses out there, if not better than most of them in my opinion. Absolutely flawless autofocusing performance, compatible with Sony's impressive fast hybrid AF and IAF, and it is also totally silent. There's some visible bulging and pincushion distortion visible when shooting raw images, but that's easily corrected by already available lens profile in Adobe Lightroom automatically or with just one click. This also can be corrected in camera when shooting JPEG or video. This is not stabilized lens, so you have to rely on camera's built-in IBIS if your camera has got stabilized sensor. I have shot entire vlog with it on this Sony A6600 handheld, and even though wide angle lenses are usually very forgiving with small shakes and camera jitters, the camera's IBIS was struggling a bit with my usual handheld movements, and in my opinion, in comparison to other optically stabilized lenses, the fact that there is no stabilization was quite obvious and visible. In general, it is an outstanding lens for video work, and because of its size, it is great for vlogging, handheld shooting, shooting interiors, or just shooting in tighter spaces, and to enhance that sense of motion when getting moving shots handheld or from the gimbal or slider. Build quality, it is standard Tamron and as expected very well built. All hard plastic, solid body that feels robust and made to last, but its two biggest attributes when it comes to build are its size and weight. This is by far the smallest ultra wide angle wide aperture zoom that I have ever seen. It certainly fits well on a 6600 or any other A6000 series Sony cameras, making it a really small package overall. It weighs only 335 grams, which is really unheard of when it comes to super wide angle zooms. The filter thread is 67mm, same as with all current Tamron lenses, making it more user friendly if you do use any kind of filters and have multiple Tamron lenses already. One thing to note is that if you use larger size filters with step down rings, they will be visible at the wider ends at 11mm. Even the right size filters but with the thicker frame will show up too. It is a very wide angle of view lens after all. Focus by wire as expected, but the focus ring is a bit on the soft side, making it maybe a little tricky to get smooth focus pulls when filming. The zoom ring is nice and firm, and the lens extends when zooming out, not zooming in. It is kind of contra-intuitive, but that's how it is. You just have to get used to it. There's no switches on the lens at all, but considering how small the lens actually is and how easy it is to program custom button for auto manual focus on and off switch on any Sony camera, this is not a problem at all. And the lens is also dust and splash resistant. Value for money? Comparing it to all super wide angle, wide aperture zooms for full frame and even APS-C cameras available now, this lens is without any doubt great value for money. It retails for £819 here in UK or $829 in US. It's not a cheap or a budget lens, but you get a lot for your money here. Outstanding performance, constant wide aperture, great focal length and very good build quality. Also, it is a very portable size and very lightweight. It's certainly well priced considering that it literally has got no competition in this class and at this price for APS-C sensor cameras. Conclusion: I love this lens and I literally shot with nothing else in the last 2 weeks. It's one of those lenses that just feels right and you can make it work in pretty much any situation. It is a small lens and that makes it a great lens to choose to take with you when traveling or just for everyday shooting when out and about. It delivers amazing results and it is not only perfect for astrophotography, interiors, architecture and landscape, but also for going in close to capture almost macro-like images. Perfect tool for filming yourself with it if you are a vlogger or just for capturing everyday situations. Although it has a tiny little zoom, it is much more versatile in real life than it really seems. I had a lot of fun shooting with it and I'm not gonna lie, I will really struggle to send it back to Tamron. I got somehow attached to it. Such a nice and easy lens to shoot and to be creative with. And this is it from me. If you like this video, then please give me the thumbs up, leave your comments below, and if you like to see more content like this from me, please consider subscribing and hit that bell button for notifications of my future videos. Follow me on Instagram for more photos and videos, and thank you for watching and see you next time. 1, 2, test. We are rock and rolling. If it is, which this is practically, what this is, bokeh when getting close and personal to your subject. The minimum it retails